Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Charles Sebastian, and welcome you guys to another episode of the Dreamers Pro Show, where we cover everything from sports, hot topics, classic debates, entertainment, and we give you guys a fresh perspective on things and how we see them. I'm already cracking up because we got some kind of show for you guys here today. But before we get into it, please make sure you like the video and subscribe to the channel. Now, as you guys know, we never produce content on Sunday, right? So if we're producing content on Sunday, you guys know that it's going to be for a pretty special reason. So what happened? I was actually chilling out today on my day off playing Black Myth Wukong, having a blast. Finally made it to chapter 6. Those of y'all know the struggle, y'all know the struggle. Finally made it to chapter 6, and I'm doing my thing. I'm like, okay, let me take a break, right? So I decided to go make some Quaker oats. So as I'm eating the oats, an episode, right? A segment pops up on my computer screen from Man Down Sports. Shout out to Man Down Sports and what they got going on over there. And it says the following headline. It says, Gilbert Arenas claims Michael Jordan is irrelevant without LeBron James. Now, those are comments that we had already touched on, and a lot of people have kind of reacted to what Gilbert Arenas had to say there. But I decided to hear what they had to say because I hadn't heard from them. So I click on the video. And it's their usual ensemble cast with like a bunch of different people talking sports, right? So I'm listening to them in the background. And then one of their commentators, and I believe her name is Dominique, she came on the show. She was there. And then she began to speak. Now, I've heard her speak before. If you've heard her speak, she's very like laid back, very measured. She doesn't really change her expressions. But when she speaks, man, she be throwing darts, like serious darts at people, right? So she then begins to give her take on the GOAT debate. And let me tell you guys something. It was like, listen to her, it was like watching a miracle unfold in front of my eyes. Because we've done this whole fake Jordan, LeBron GOAT debate. We've done a range of videos, and I've always felt like it's a debate made up of a bunch of smoke and mirrors. I've said this on numerous occasions, right? We've done a ton of shows on it. But this was the first time I had ever heard anyone basically destroy this entire debate in virtually 60 seconds. I was so impressed by her comments that I actually posted a story on our Instagram account. If you're not following us on Instagram, our Instagram is DREAMERSPRO, same name as the channel. If you want to follow me, CTABANZ as well. So I share that in my stories, and then I start sending it to Gilbert Arenas. I send it to Rashard McCants, and people started talking. Rashard McCants writes back, and he goes, "Wows," right? And I was like, bro, did you hear what she just said? Now, some of y'all are probably watching like, well, what the hell did she say, damn it? Because I want to know why people are reacting like this. We're going to get into that just in a moment. Before we even get into her explosive comments, today's video is brought to you by our sponsor, Game Time. With only 4 months left in 2024, I'm really looking forward to making memories with my family and attending different games and concerts and theater shows this year. And so when it comes time to finding the most affordable tickets for these shows and events, I love using Game Time. Game Time is one of the most reliable marketplaces for last-minute tickets to the most popular events in sports, music, and theater in more than 60 cities across the United States and Canada. Game Time already analyzes thousands of tickets for all of your favorite events near your location and finds you the best possible deal so you don't have to. For example, I'm looking forward to this upcoming concert at Madison Square Garden of one of my favorite composers, Hans Zimmer. Here, I can select the all-in price to see the total ticket price up front, no hidden fees. And now I can sort through the best possible deals I can find. I can choose the cheapest deals, the great deal, or the amazing deal. Once you select the ticket you want, you can use their panoramic seat view to ensure you know exactly what you're getting before you buy. And if you're like me and always make plans at the last minute, you can grab tickets up to 90 minutes after the event has started. So take the guesswork out of buying tickets with Game Time. Download the app, create an account, and use code CLNS for $20 off your first purchase. Again, create an account and use redeem code CLNS for $20 off. And remember, whenever you support this sponsor, you're supporting this channel. Thank you. So what we would like to do now is like to play what Dominique from Man Down Sports had to say, and then we're going to come back and react to her comments. Take a listen to the fire.
Well, I would say that Gilbert Arenas he's a part of the campaign. He's a part of the campaign to make sure that, young guys today don't have to be compared to the standard. So Michael Jordan accomplished all these things. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar accomplished all these things. Shaquille O'Neal, like all of these people, they have done so much in their careers, and no one today wants to be compared to any of it. They can't handle the pressure. They can't handle the level at which they have to reach to say that, okay, well, I'm a top whatever number you want to be. If you want to be top 20, you got to get past this person. They don't want that. They want to decide what those milestones are going to be. And unfortunately, in basketball, in the history of basketball, you've got to surpass the incumbent. So LeBron's job was to worry about facing off against Kobe Bryant. The person he was supposed to be trying to get past was Kobe. He wasn't able to do that. So there was a marketing campaign and a gimmick surrounding the GOAT. And we're just going to skip over this person and create an entire campaign and debate between myself and Michael Jordan wearing the jersey number 23. That's also marketing, right? We know that this number is going to sell. So that's going to sell. This is going to shape my entire career because I'm going to be compared to Michael Jordan throughout my entire career. I'm going to start this from now. And so because of that, we have to go ahead and chip away at all of these accomplishments from the past so that that's no longer what you actually have to surpass. Okay, I don't have to get MVPs. I just have to get stats. I don't have to win rings. These are team accomplishments, even though this is a fucking team sport. So this is a team sport where everybody plays together and everything is predicated on every single person on your team. Assists, rebounds. You can't get that without boxing out an opposing player, right? You can't. Well, I guess you can get rebounds without boxing out these days, but
you still can.
But you guys get my point. Is that now the media in conjunction with the players, I just think it's twofold. It's media, it's the NBA, it's the referees, it's the players. They're trying to shape a new NBA and trying to essentially get rid of all of the standards that that you have to reach because nobody's reached them yet.
I couldn't believe it. I could not believe how she summarized this so quickly. Especially the part where she discussed how LeBron leapfrogged Kobe Bryant. You see, that's something that particular thing that happened there when LeBron jumped ahead of Kobe to get next to Jordan is a thing that a lot of us out here sitting here scratching our heads like, okay, but when did that happen? Because we know Jordan was ahead and we know Kobe was behind him. And we know at one point LeBron was behind Kobe. So we're like, so how did LeBron all of a sudden go from wherever he was to all of a sudden jump past Tim Duncan, Magic Johnson, Kobe Bryant, and then somehow find Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, and then somehow find himself right next to Michael Jordan? A lot of us were wondering, right? And we've even posed some of these questions to the audience. And some people are like, when we've asked them, when did LeBron pass Kobe? They were like, in 2016. I'm like, that's when he passed Kobe, when he beat the Warriors. That's it? That was it? I'm like, yeah, that was impressive, but so was Kobe going back to back and beating a top 75 team with the Boston Celtics with the only top 75 player on that roster, which was him. It was Kobe versus three top 75 guys and 4 Hall of Famers all in total. It was Kobe versus Ray Allen, Paul Pierce, Kevin Garnett, who are all in the top 75. And, by the way, another Hall of Famer, future Hall of Famer, and Rajon Rondo. Kobe, only Hall of Famer he had on his roster was Paul Gasol. That's it. And he's certainly not a top 75. Like, that was very, very, given the fact that team had already beaten him. So I was like, yeah, that was amazing. But to me and many, he was like, we still behind LeBron. But then she broke it down. She broke it down. She said, basically what this lady is saying is that the only reason this debate exists is for marketing and money. That's it. That's essentially what she's saying. She said they saw it as a good way to market the two players. In this case, really market LeBron against Jordan. And then they figured out a way to do it. And then they started making things like winning and MVPs, as she said, irrelevant. Now it became only about stats. And as a matter of fact, whenever we have this conversation between MJ and LeBron, that's the whole conversation. Stats. Individual accolades. It's never about winning and all of these. And I was like, man, she is pretty much hitting the nail on the head with these points she is pretty much bringing up. Right? Now, obviously, LeBron guys are not going to be happy to hear this, but I think she's saying the truth. And I think we all know this, right? I think we all kind of figured out what's going on. To me, look, when I've scrutinized this comparison closely, I don't see this thing being close, man. I don't see it being close. Now, I know we got a lot of people in media that are sitting up there twerking it up all over the place, slapping each other with honey, running through the hallways, hollering and screaming, pouring drinks all over the table. Just basically disturbing the peace because they just can't help but twerk it up all over the table. We know these people. Gyrating all over the place. You touch them, you just start shaking. We know these people. But if you break it down and you seriously scrutinize these two guys, you know that it's not a debate. Like, yo, come on, let's stop. Like, let's stop. The thing is, in my view and the view of many, Jordan clears LeBron not by like a little gap, but by like a lot. Like a lot in so many categories. And if you watch them play ball, minus the accolades, minus the stats, if you just look at them play ball, it is clear to see who the superior offense, who the superior player is. It is clear. It is clear. And now that's the reason why, and I think LeBron has realized this as well. And that's the reason why LeBron, I think he figured out, okay, the only way for me to make this thing a conversation has to be through stats. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to score the most amount of points in NBA history, even though that's something nobody ever really cared about. Because I didn't really hear people saying, oh, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar is now the GOAT because he led the NBA in scoring all time. We never heard anybody say that. Guess who else never said it? LeBron fans. LeBron fans were already saying he was the GOAT, even though Kareem Abdul-Jabbar was leading the NBA in scoring all time. They were saying that. Are y'all aware of this? Are you aware of this? The all-time leading scorer only became important when LeBron fans are just a bunch of, I don't even know what to call these people. I don't even know what to call these people. They're unbelievable. We can't stop them. They can't be stopped, these people. All they do is sit up there and twerk it up, slap each other with honey, run all over the place, hollering and screaming. 5 years ago, they never even cared. Do you know why I know? Because there was already hollering, talking about, oh, go James, go James, go James. Meanwhile, he was still behind Karl Malone. No, they never cared. They never cared. Never. Never, ever. And if you compare Kareem Abdul-Jabbar's career to LeBron, it's more impressive. It actually is. It actually is more impressive. It really, really is. And yet, and still, people still have Jordan as the GOAT. So she figured it out. Well, she knew what it was, but she distilled it down to its purest form, which is basically the only reason they're doing this is for money and marketing, and they're devaluing winning. Some of y'all are like, well, how do you know that they don't place an emphasis on winning? How else can you make an argument for a player in any sport to be the best player in that sport and have an abysmal record on the biggest stage? How do we do that? Finals appearances only became a thing when LeBron fans tried to make it a thing. Prior to that, nobody cared. They started counting losing as if it was like a crowning achievement. But look how many times he went there. It's like, but who cares? We're going to remember the winners, not the losers. But in these people's minds, they want you to remember the losing, or rather, forget about the losing. It's unreal. If you ask a LeBron fan, what about Kevin Durant and LeBron? Who's better? Obviously, LeBron is better. He has more finals MVPs. He has more NBA finals. It's like, okay, so they count? And it's like, well, who's better between LeBron and Jordan? Well, it's obviously LeBron because he has more points. I'm like, but what about MVPs and all that? Well, there's more to the NBA. There's more to basketball than winning championships. If it was just for championships, wouldn't it be Bill Russell? Does that sound familiar to you? LeBron fans have an answer for everything. Everything except the losing. So, folks, shout out to Dominique, man. She pretty much ethered them. Y'all make sure y'all go subscribe to Man Down Sports. They put out a fantastic segment there. And also let me know what you guys think about this analysis. Whatever you guys think, leave your thoughts in the comments. Catch you on the next show.